What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. It's a Monday. You know what that means. Prediction Monday. We're doing prediction for Koffing / Wheezing, the poison gas Pokemon. They're actually both called the poison gas Pokemon. Usually each Pokemon has like a different name. Like, I won't get into that. However, this Pokemon is going to be a unique playthrough nonetheless. It's not going to be like the last one. The last one I had was a very good playthrough with Lickitung. I recommend you go check that out. This will be a very grindy, difficult playthrough. Let's go ahead and look at the stats of this Pokemon. We start off with Koffing. Koffing stats starts out with the HP is 40, which isn't too bad. It could be better, it could be worse. Attack is 65, defense is 95, so that's its best stat is defense. Special is 60, that's pretty good. And speed is 35, so not the fastest Pokemon, but defense, special, and attack are all pretty decent. It could be better. At level 35, we evolve into Wheezing. Wheezing stats we get a nice boost in stats. We get 65 HP, 90 attack, 120 defense, 85 special, and 60 speed. So attack, special, and defense are really nice, and HP actually isn't too bad, and speed isn't too bad. So we've definitely done more with less, and so that's not too bad. We're gonna still want to try to boost our speed a little bit with this Pokemon, and probably our HP as well. Special would probably be the third one on that list, and then attack. So if you look at our moveset, you're going to understand why I want to boost our special, not so much our attack, which is a great segue into our moveset. This is our level up moveset. So we start off with Tackle, a 35 base power move with 95% accuracy. Not very good, especially when the first gym is Brock. The second move we get is Smog. It's a 20 base power poison move. It's actually stab, so we get 30 base power out of it. But it's 70% accurate. It does have the chance to poison. So this is the only two moves we have to get through Brock. So it's going to be it's going to be rough, to say the least. At level 32, we get Sludge, which is our most powerful stab move. 65 base power. It's 1.5 times because it's a stab move, so it's about 98 base power and 100% accurate, so it doesn't miss. So that's good. Nothing else beyond that is going to be helpful. Smokescreen can lower accuracy, and we have some pretty decent defense, so maybe that's not a horrible strategy. But we cannot use self-destruct, we cannot use explosion because they knock us out in the process, so we can't do that because then we have to restart the battle anyway. And then Haze may be useful to eliminate status conditions and stuff, but I really don't think I'm going to use that. Maybe in a single playthrough it is helpful for whenever I get poisoned or something. Maybe against Agatha it's very helpful. I'm not sure. I guess I'll see if there's a strategy built into that. Let's go over our TM moveset. Our TM moveset is not very broad. It's one of the more shallow TM movesets I think I've ever seen. But we can get Toxic. There's a strategy out there where you can use Toxic and Rest, where you poison the opposition and you use Rest to replenish your health, and you basically just you outlast the opposition. You can still attack them, but you just outlast the opposition and use Rest. So maybe that's a strategy I use. I've never used Rest in a playthrough, and this might be the one Pokemon where it makes sense to keep it. Also, we get Hyper Beam. It's 150 base power, 90% accurate. It's not bad. It's probably something I have to use because the move pool here is pretty shallow. We also get Rage, which is pointless. I'm not going to use Rage, but Thunderbolt I will. Thunderbolt is a fantastic move to have. It's 95 base power, 100% accurate. Thunder is good too. I may actually have to go get Thunder just to have a little bit more bang for my buck, a little bit more powerful. This is why I said having good special is pretty important for this Pokemon, because it does have some special moves. Thunder is Thunderbolt special, Thunder special, and the other actual move we can get is Fire Blast. I don't know why this Pokemon can learn Fire Blast, but Fire Blast seems to be the last 50 Pokemon in the Pokédex. Seems like everyone can learn Fire Blast. So yeah, it started with Cubone, and a bunch of other Pokemon to be able to get it. It's very weird, but it is what it is. Mimic is a move we're probably going to use. It's going to let us copy a move from the opposition, whether that's a badge boosting move or an actual damage dealing move. It depends on the Pokemon, depends on the strategy, depends on the opposition. We also get Bide. I'm sorry, Double Team is outlawed. So I went and was going to explain why Double Team was outlawed in the Butterfree playthrough I recently played. It is outlawed because Double Team is an overpowered move. It does initiate the badge boost, which is great, but also ups evasion. And because you can get this at Celadon City, pretty much any Pokemon can learn this, and automatically you just turn your Pokemon into a unhittable stat boosted monster. and it's just not fun for playthroughs. It's really not. I watched my Butterfree playthrough. I'm pretty sure I used this, and it really seemed like a cop out for actually finding a good strategy. So that's why Double Team is outlawed. The only exception I think is if I get to a point where like a Pokemon's like level 90, I may make that exception. Onyx got close on that. I had to get to level 85 to beat the game with Onyx. So that is why Double Team's outlawed. It just really nerfs the game when you use it because it's overpowered in the way it works. And if it just made you harder to hit, that'd be one thing, but it also modifies your stats. So you can't get hit and your stats are boosted while you're doing it. So it's just overpowered, and that's why I don't like using it anymore. Bide is a move we're going to have to add because we're going to need moves early, and we only have Toxic and Tackle, or I'm sorry, Smog and Tackle, and Bide will be a move we can add. We literally have nothing here we can add until we beat Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge will give us Thunderbolt. Self-Destruct, like I said, we can't use. I said this earlier, we can't use it. Fire Blast, we can use this. It'll be a move we're going to have to add because we just don't have a lot of options. Rest is a move we might use if we decide to use the Toxic Rest strategy. Explosion, can't use. And then Substitute, never used before, maybe using this playthrough. So not a lot of moves. And so if we're looking at our in-game moveset, we're looking at like Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, maybe Mimic or Hyper Beam, one of those two, and then Sludge. That's literally it. Or if we go the Toxic Rest strategy, we go Toxic, Rest, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast. Might be it. But I really don't want to get rid of our stab move unless I have to. So I probably won't go that route unless I absolutely have to. But I think Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Sludge, and then either Mimic or Hyper Beam would be the two moves I use. So, yep, let's go into the rules of the playthrough. We can only use Koffing or Weezing in battle. We can use other Pokemon for HMs or to catch Pokemon for HMs only. Running clock with 3 exceptions. One is Lieutenant Surge's gym. You can never find the button. Pause the timer, go in there, find the button, open the gate, then go fight, turn the timer back on, go fight Lieutenant Surge. Very straightforward. The second one's a gray area because I get to some areas in the game where I got to sell stuff. Mainly like Celadon City is one of them. So we'll pause the timer, sell some stuff, buy some stuff, do some errands, go get Fly, go get Psychic if need be, for example, for some Pokemon. And we'll do all those things with the timer paused so that way I don't rush it, I don't accidentally sell the wrong thing, so on and so forth. It's just for running errands. It's really what it's for. And then the third one is if we have to get a move from the Rocket Game Corner. Like, for example, Hyper Beam would be an example for this Pokemon. We can pause the timer, go buy some coins. You can only buy 50 at a time, and then start the timer up after we've pretty much done that and left Rocket Game Corner. No glitches or exploits allowed. No Pokédoll glitch, no Masinga glitch, but we can use the Badge Boost glitch. We don't have a move that does that with this Pokemon, but we can mimic a move that can. So if we need to use it, we can. No items in battle. I've gotten pretty loose with one thing, and that's Ethers. I haven't used it in a while because I've been very conscious of it, so I haven't needed to use an Ether in battle. But if needed, I can use an Ether in battle for desperation. So, and while you're here, subscribe, like, comment. The way the YouTube algorithm works is comments. Once there's activity on the video, it gets to more people's searches. So if you comment, you like, you subscribe, any of those things really do help the channel. Like I said, it's just me doing it. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, JD's Nerdverse and JD's _nerd_verse. And let's go back to the first slide and let's make a prediction. So I played through with another Pokemon very similar to this. It was Grimer and Muck. And their playthrough came in at just under an hour and 50 minutes, I believe. I think it was about an hour and 45 minutes, hour and 48 minutes, something like that. I don't think this Pokemon's going to reach that. I think this Pokemon's going to be a little bit longer than an hour and 48 minutes. That Pokemon had Acid Armor, which is a fantastic stat modifying move. Had a lot more move pool early. Had Pound, so Pound's better than Tackle. It just seemed like it had a lot more going for it, and it had a lot more access to some moves. I think it had access to Body Slam, if I remember correctly. So it had just a little more access than this Pokemon has to move. So this Pokemon's going to have a grind early when it comes to the first gym. The second gym isn't going to be super easy. The third gym isn't going to be super easy either. We don't have a lot of moves we can use other than being over leveled. So we might be at level 32 by the time we get to Lieutenant Surge, because we're probably going to have to be at level 20 something to beat Brock. So we might actually be that high level. So that might actually make Lieutenant Surge's gym super easy. But once we beat Lieutenant Surge's gym, we get an extra move, which is the Thunderbolt, and that'll open up our moveset a little bit. and then after we get through Rock Tunnel, we really don't have a lot of extra things we can do. We can just actually start modifying, boosting our stats and things like that. So, but I think this will take maybe just around 2 hours. Conservatively, 2 hours and 10 minutes would be a good time. But based on what I'm seeing with this Pokemon, it has the stats to be pretty decent. It does not have the move pool that to counter to work hand in hand with that. So that's one downside to this Pokemon, is it does not have the stats that I think this Pokemon will probably need to be more successful. So yeah, but that's my prediction. I think an hour and 5 to 10 minutes is conservative. I want to get under 2 hours to be really ambitious. I think once we get to start getting some moves, the game will open up for us. It's just getting to that point. So I want to thank everyone for watching. So schedule, tell you the schedule is Monday predictions, Tuesday Lord of the Rings, and we're gonna start having the Dark campaign soon. So that's exciting. And when I'm finished the Dark campaign, guess what? I'm going to go into Battle for Middle-earth 2. I've never played that on camera either, so it's going to be exciting. And I've actually played that game a lot less than Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth 1. So that's going to be exciting because I don't know all the ins and outs of what I'm going to do with everything. And then Wednesdays, we've been having replays. So the prediction at 11 and then the replay at 2. I'm also going to be having on Wednesdays, I'll probably alternate this, or it'll just, skip a video. There's going to be my ranking, because I got a fighting Pokemon ranking. There's also a poison Pokemon ranking coming up soon, once we get this playthrough done. And then on Thursdays, I haven't decided yet. I just don't know if I have time for another game, but I want to play either Shield Wall or League of Legends. They're pretty easy to do, so that'd be pretty fun. And then Fridays, obviously, is the playthrough for this prediction. And that's the schedule for my channel at this moment. Again, I do all this stuff after working about 45-50 hours a week by myself. Wake up at 4 in the morning to do the editing and playthroughs and things like that. So any support you give is much appreciated. And let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How long do you think this will take? Let me know. Have a good one, and I'll see you on Friday.